am going to give you guys more of a breakdown towards this whole I make 2.4 million / year with 6 YouTube channels. So I'm gonna do a breakdown with this right here from the channel called Starter Story. And in the end, or should I say during the process, I'm gonna let you guys know on whether or not is this legit, is this information legit, or is this just, you know, the typical selling you a dream so then you can buy a course, and this is just a way to get money quick off of your insecurities. That's right, your insecurities, because you do not want to work a 9 to 5, or you know, you're working a 9 to 5 and you're tired of a 9 to 5, so you look at this as inspiration. All right, so without further ado, let's break it down.
This is Charlie. He makes $200,000 a month with 6 different YouTube channels. And the crazy part is, he's actually an introvert. I flew out to California.
I mean, that's pretty common. A lot of content creators are introverts. I mean, the stuff that we're doing is technology where you don't necessarily, like back in days where you had to go to Hollywood or talk to people in person. Like now we live in a day and age where you're able to, you know, make a living without leaving your home. So again, we're breaking it down. I'm not going to play the entirety of the video out of, you know, fair use, but I'm going to go into certain parts that I will then give my opinion. So let's go.
To watch the entire video.
In this video, he breaks down the blueprint for how anyone can make $200,000 a month with.
Not anyone can, okay? This is just selling a dream. So far, that's a little bit of a red flag. That's almost like saying anyone could look like Arnold Schwarzenegger if you just take his supplements and work hard like Hulk Hogan. Eat your vitamins, brother.
YouTube, how to create videos that get millions of views, and his advice for all new entrepreneurs just starting out.
I focus on not just making viral videos, but
I'm Pat Walls, and this is Starter Story.
Thanks for having me, man. Your
Thanks
place
for-
is awesome.
thank you. Thanks for coming.
Tell me about yourself and what you built.
I'm Charlie. I'm 31 years old, and I am an entrepreneur in Southern California. I currently have 6+ YouTube channels. On a typical month, we'll do 200 to.
Okay, another thing I want to also explain here, there's a lot of red flags that I've heard, right? So one of them is like, you have 6 different YouTube channels. First off, it's really hard to even make 1 YouTube channel, let alone 6, right? So that's a lot of work to like develop different content. Now, is it possible to, you know, juggle 2 YouTube channels? Sure. Is it possible to juggle 3? That's pushing it. Is it possible to juggle 6? Absolutely not. The only way you could juggle 6 YouTube channels simultaneously is as if you were literally just streaming using OBS, like what I'm doing right here, and then just, you know, just do quick trims, export them, and at that point, you're literally gonna have the same type of content on every single channel. And usually when people do that, it's simply because they are backup channels. So just in case the channel gets demonetized or gets removed, they have backup channels. So when someone, let's say they are telling you they legit have 6 YouTube channels, trust and believe they have a team of people behind them. Hence the reason why he said we instead of I. So let's get back into it.
250K in revenue. We just had our best month ever this month. We'll do close to 300K. That's for the YouTube channels. And then for the staffing company, we started that last year.
Staffing company. One thing I want to also say as I'm drawing, because of Stylo Convo, so I got to also do the drawing part of it as well. Another thing that's also important to understand is that when people, especially with YouTube videos, when they are sprinkling in, or not sprinkle, they're hitting you with money, like haymakers of money. I'm successful of making money. But they don't emphasize on the basic question that I'm asking right now, which is, what is your talent? What are you known for? What are your skills that put you into this type of tax bracket where you are over 1 million subscribers on YouTube? Like, what is it that you actually do? That should have been the first thing that they talked about, and then talk about the monetization because of their skills, rather than I just make a lot of money. Because another thing too, people got to watch out for, that's a very common trope that they do when it comes down to pyramid schemes. They first hit you with how much money they make rather than what they actually do.
It's a low six-figure company right now, but I'm putting most of my energy into that one because we want to grow it and be able to maybe get acquired someday.
All right, if you can break down a little bit more about all the channels and all the businesses that you've built and how you make money.
So my main channel is just called Charlie Chang, my name.
Okay, so now let's look at this, right? This is his channel: personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing. And then you see his latest video. This 24-year-old is making $13 million per year. But they're not telling you what is his skills. Now, again, I'm saying skills. I'm not saying talent. Like singing, drawing, things that are like out of the ordinary that most people cannot do. That is a talent. Or something that's a skill, which can be you didn't really work hard, but you're really good at it. Like, let's say, for example, you have a good memory, so that's why you're able to ace all your tests, right? That's a skill. That's a gift, so to speak. Just like a talent, it can either be developed through skill and you become really good at it, or it's just genetics, like you're born with it, right? A lot of this right here is just to play off of the young Gen Z's insecurities. They've seen a lot of people on TikTok. They see people like them who are around their age, and they see these thumbnails like, oh my God, he's 24 years old and he's making $13 million a year. I wish I was like him. And it makes you click on the video. But they're not showing you at all anything specific. Entrepreneurship, what does that mean? What are you an entrepreneur of? That's always a red flag. Like, are you a personal trainer? What company did you build? Did you build a vending machine company? Did you go into real estate? What is it specifically that puts you in the higher tax bracket echelon? Otherwise, this is a red flag so far that I'm seeing, where it is dealing with fake it till you make it, where everything seems very blurry. Like, it's just nothing specific. It's just telling you all these, tickle your fancy, what you want to hear, to then have them make money off of your insecurity. That's what I'm seeing so far. I did not watch this video, so this is an organic breakdown. So let's continue.
We have, I think, 1.1 million subscribers. Have no comes in. We also do brand sponsorships.
Okay, brand sponsor. So right here, let me just play, because I know some people like, oh, just play the video.
So that's usually like 20-25%, and then AdSense is also going to be 20-25%. That's across all the different channels.
Yeah. So you're a subscriber of Starter Story, right?
I am, yeah, for about, I think, 6 months now.
Nice. What do you like about it, or what do you use it for?
All right, I'm gonna
So
draw
I think
while they're
a huge
talking.
part of how I was able to do pretty well was because I spent a lot of my time brainstorming, learning, like seeing what other people do. So that's why, yeah, I think I get a ton of value from Starter Story, just because.
I still don't understand, what does he do? Like, so far, all I'm hearing is a whole lot of nothing. There's nothing specific that I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how he's making his money. It's just more of, hey, this is how much money I made across the board. But what are you doing? That, like, what is something that you have as a skill? I still haven't heard it yet.
These are crazy case studies. It just allows me to stay on.
Okay, I grew a drinkware brand to 1.1 million at 23 years old. Whoop-de-doo. You might as well say that you was 5 years old. They're just getting younger and younger by the day, right? How Justin Wells built a 2 million solarpreneur empire. But what does he do? At least one said drinkware brand. Okay. And this other one is cropped off. I'm not going to go back. Let's continue.
Trends. It allows me to see how.
And then it's just showing all these people. Jackie, who's this random person named Jackie, no last name. They're making $260K a year. Jessica's making $12.2 million a year. Marcia's making $960K a year. Austin, $240K a year. People gotta understand with this whole entrepreneurship that everybody wants to be a boss, but no one understands what it's like to be an actual boss. It's not fun. You have to juggle so much work that it will pull your hair out sometimes. This whole notion of, passive income. You still have to monitor it, and you still have to find out certain aspects of how to continue the cash flow. Now, is it easier on YouTube? For sure it's easier, but it still takes a lot of work. These people, they're not showing that they're all social media influencers. I mean, trying to set up a company through brick and mortar or have a G corporation where you have a lot of staff members that they have kids to feed, they have families to feed, and you are their ultimate way to keep them living throughout their day-to-day life. That's a lot of responsibility. So I don't understand why a lot of people want to, they don't look at that part. They just look at the money part, right? And this is why they're shoving it down your throats with this type of imagery. Like, oh, look at all these people making all this money, and yet I'm working at McDonald's. It's all just to placate off of your insecurity. That's what I'm seeing so far. So let's move forward towards, I don't really want to focus on him growing up. Getting good at YouTube. All right, let's see this. Getting good at YouTube.
Yeah. How long did it take to actually get good at YouTube?
I'd say 1 or 2 years. I'd started making finance content.
Okay, finance content. Okay, so let me get this straight. You did not really have a lot of money, but you want to show people how to make money. Okay. That's like me telling you guys how to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And as you can see, at the time of this recording, I only got 2 subscribers. That doesn't make any sense. This is already a red flag of fake it till you make it. That's what I'm seeing here. Fake it till you meet it. You know what? Let me switch the perspective so I can write that down so you guys can see it. It is literally fake it till you make it. Because I just put money, right? Let me write this down. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, there we go. Gotta exaggerate that, right? And I'll draw more stuff along the way. There we go. I'll make it look more refined. Trust me. Just wait and see. But anyway, let's get back into it. Fake it till you make it. That's what I'm getting out of this so far. Okay, so it said 2 years. Another thing I want to let people know, it takes more than 2 years. That's really fast. There's some people who barely even got 1,000 subscribers and they've been on YouTube for 6 years. So 2 years is very rapid.
In 2018, and my first videos were super bad. A big thing that got me to be pretty good at YouTube was just being able to present information in a way that makes people want to stay and that they can actually understand. People watching YouTube aren't going to be super technical, so you have to really break it.
Go right here.
I just need to make enough videos until I get one that pops off. I also think it's really important to be brainstorming and thinking about different potential pivots you can make.
I still don't understand what he does. And it's been what? Over 5 minutes and I still don't understand what is his skill. So his skill is what? How to make money? That's it? So I'm rich because I was broke before and I'm just showing you guys doing how-to videos. All right, so I looked at, let's click right here. You got,
Stocks are going.
There we go. So from 0 to 1 million, you see what I'm saying? So all of this is just to placate off of people's insecurities. From 0 to 1 million, my investing strategy for 2021. So you're telling me 3 years ago, this cat was already making millions of dollars because he was investing. What was he investing on? How to invest. How to invest in stocks for beginners. So free course. So literally, the guy is fake it till you make it. I was already making a lot of money 3 years ago, because I was a millionaire, and I'm going to show you guys how to be millionaires. Just join my free course, my free ebook. And then the next one is stock strategy to make millions. And what's interesting to me is that a lot of times, right, I'm going to switch the perspective. A lot of times people talk about AI. We talk about AI all the time, right? Oh my God, AI is taking over. Have you ever questioned that we, right? And when I say we, I'm talking about all this stuff on social media, right? This copy and paste type of thumbnails. Have you ever questioned that these people are becoming more like AI? Literally, this is AI. Like, seeing thumbnails like this is so common, and there's nothing unique about it. It's like you've seen it once, you've seen it all. There's nothing about this thumbnail that's like, wow, this guy is working hard. No. What he did was just a strategy that's dealing with the SEO. And with monetization, YouTube gives a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot of monetization towards these how-to videos, especially when it deals with money. So first you got the how-to, which is big, evergreen. And then the second part is how much money you get from it, because you're placating off of people's insecurities, and they're struggling working 9 to 5. They're struggling working retail. They're struggling having student loans while they're in college, because that's the demographic that is geared towards. People who are young adults who have sold a dream and they want to find an alternative, and they go to stuff like this. And unfortunately, they get more in depth, because you should never just go right into stock and how to invest. Because literally, if you don't understand day trading and you don't understand that there's a lot of wins and losses, it is literally gambling. There's no such thing as I'm extremely good at trading. No. There's only a few people that are extremely skillful at it. And these people here is not going to just show you the guide, because if that's the case, then inflation will even go up even more. That means everybody are millionaires. Everybody are billionaires. No, doesn't work like that. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but that's just the reality of it.
I started making content about stocks. When side hustles were booming, I started making content.
So he's just a grifter, what I'm seeing here. Asking college girls what are their side hustle is. Okay, so, using females, sex sells, 5 profitable side hustles, $400 a day at home, 5 high paying side hustles while keeping your 9 to 5. So you just placate off of people who are struggling. 9 to 5 passive income ideas. Well, I guess he means 9 to 5. Passive income ideas that work in 2023. Make $500 per day. Again, selling you a dream. That's what I'm seeing here. Where's the skills? Where is his actual skill? Where's the talent? Even the thumbnails, it's like something you see all the time.
Content about side hustles. I understand.
And it's not to put him down, because there's a lot of content creators like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using this as an example, because there's so many people that get tricked and bamboozled by seeing these type of videos, and you're getting the wrong type of aspirations. And then you're going to realize in the end where you're thinking, oh, let me just buy all these courses. Let me go to these seminars. That's how they make them bread, off of your insecurity. Let's continue. So far, I'm not impressed. How to get views on YouTube. All right, let's go into that. Again, we're doing a breakdown, all right? So I'm not playing the whole entire thing, but I am going to talk as much as I can with each part. And then I got to go back into the sketch part as well. So let's make it rock. Let's let it rock.
Focus on not just making viral videos, but making videos that people are searching for. One of my most popular videos is just talking about my different sources of income.
Okay, my 10 sources of 10 sources of income. See, so he's making like these outlandish type of titles. All right, so let me get this straight. The guy is already rich, right? So this is what you're telling me. I'm rich and I'm showing you guys how to be rich. So then you guys can make me richer because I'm showing you guys how to make money on YouTube. My 10th source of income at 28. It's no different from even on his channel with the recent video that you can see, that you guys can't see it from here, but this 24-year-old is making $13 million a year. My 10th source of income, I'm at 28, I'm making six figures entrepreneur. Again, where is the specifics? It's just word salad for me. It's just SEO word salad. It's just a whole lot of nothing. Entrepreneur of what? You see what I'm saying? It's like the middleman of a middleman. Now, if someone told me I'm an entrepreneur because I've learned the skill set of how to invest in real estate, and they show you the step-by-step and how sometimes investing in real estate can work and sometimes it cannot work, that's more believable. Even some of those channels are very schemy as well, but at least that one has more of a specific entity rather than just in general, I'm just an entrepreneur. Of what? I'm just an entrepreneur. I'm going to show you guys how to be an entrepreneur as well. What? That's like saying you're a king. What are you a king of? I'm just a king. I'll show you guys how to be a king. Or for the ladies out there, I'll show you ladies how to be a queen. Of what? I don't know. Queen. Yes, queen. That's so misleading. It's so misleading. And it's just pain. It pains me because these are the channels that are just a typical fake it till you make it. And YouTube just gives them the roses and flowers and a bouquet every single time.
So something like that, where you have an age that people can relate to, big number.
So literally, he's just showing you indirectly that I am grifting off of these people. Age 28, what is that? Millennials, right? And then my 10, which is top 5, top 10, that's really good for the SEO. So it's not about what he's actually doing. It's more of the strategy of grifting on YouTube. That's what I'm getting so far. How to grift on YouTube. Use the age demographic. Use the my 5, top 10.
Remember, like 10 sources of income, people are like, whoa. And then a dollar amount just really makes them curious to click on it. Those types of titles have done really well for me. So a huge part of my channel.
Okay, so that's just strategy of grifting. And then stuff like this. Asking Coachella VIPs what they do for a living. Again, placating off of the poor people. Man, what are these rich people do? I'm broke. I'm working a 9 to 5. It sucks. Coachella. Wow, look at them. They're on vacation. What do they do? Let me click on the video and watch it in its entirety as I feel insecure and then buy his course afterwards. Like, that's literally what it is. And then it has to be in yellow, right? You got to have expressive fonts, yellow or red. Paid $30,000. Again, I do that too with yellow fonts. You know, it's an expressive color. Right? It's an engaging color, yellow or red. But still, like the money sign, paid $30,000. Oh, look at these people. Wow, look at the lady. I want to click on him because this lady is, wow, I could be like him. Have a Barbie type of. All right, let me continue. All right, let's continue. Let me stop.
For a living, I thought that was the perfect blend of an experience that most people.
All right, let's move on. Most played.
Planning is on ClickUp. We use Frame.io for uploading footage and having our editor.
So, okay, so I knew he had a team, right? So he has an editor, of course. That's why he has a team of people. So literally, he's just a face. He's just a face, and there's a machine behind him. And you got to trust that, okay.
There's drafts on there, we make revision comments, stuff like that. There's tools like 1 of 10 and Creator Hooks Pro to come up with thumbnail ideas and title ideas. We have a pretty big team now.
Everything just seems like everything is AI. Everything is AI. Well, this person is successful, so let's just keep the grifting going. Now we got a team of people to continue to grift. That's all it is now. Nothing is authentic anymore. That's why part of me kind of missed back in the days when YouTube wasn't so, you know, like money hungry, and then content creators was just going there just to express themselves. Now it's literally just, I'm here for the bag, and I'm here to take advantage of people who are struggling and sell them a dream. That's what I'm seeing right here. It is literally just selling a dream.
Now, for all team communication, we use Slack, so that's been great. In terms of managing...
Okay, so he just, again, what does he do? A lot of this is just salad. It's just a waste. It's not showing me what is his skill. Now, for example, I draw, right? I can even make how-to videos of how to draw, but that's legit because I am an actual artist. That's what I do. I do graphic design as well. Those are skills. I can show you guys those skills because that's something that I legit can do. This whole how to make money is so misleading. It is. It's very misleading because in the end of the day, majority of people are not going to be in a position where they're going to make a lot of money. I mean, literally, the only thing you could get out of this is how to grift. That's literally what it is. How do you grift? How do you grift? Because a lot of this stuff is very eye candy. Wow, he's 28 years old. Wow, he's 24 years old and he's successful. Next thing you know, this I got money. You know, like a 4-year-old is successful. Like, what's happening here? They're getting younger and younger. Gaga mother trucker.
A lot of our talent, we use Hubstaff, which is a super good time tracking tool. And then in terms of AI tools, we are using a good amount of them to help with the content production process just to make it more efficient. For example, for short form content, we use Submagic, Descript, and we use Opus.
Okay, let me fast forward from all this because this is just AI garbage and I'm not really into. Like, I still don't understand what is his skill set of how he's able to make all this money. It just seems very more like, here's the back end of I have staff members, I use AI and all this stuff where I'm just the face and they do all the work for me so I could grift and show you guys how to invest. I don't like, okay, that's all I'm seeing here. Oh, okay, so this is a okay, let's see this. This looks like a pyramid scheme, right? Don't it look like a pyramid scheme to you? Let's see, financials, let's go.
There's me, there's my COO, which is the other guy that's local. Under him, we basically have 2 or 3 different project managers. Each of those project managers works with a ton of video editors, thumbnail people. Okay,
this is the grifting right here. This guy all the way in the top, he's the face, right? Literally, he's the face because everybody else are anonymous, right? And they're like, hey guys, he grifted so much and the SEO favors his algorithm on YouTube. So why don't we just keep the grift going and we'll just hire some editors because he's making so much money. So, you know, we'll just hire some editors. We'll hire all these people, get a bigger staff, continue to grift in. I mean, the one thing I'll give respect is that, hey, he has a machine. So it makes his life easier. I'm not so sure if you could be an introvert if you're considered a CEO of your own company and you have so many people who are anonymous or they don't want to be seen working underneath you. Like, you got to have some sort of a social skill for that. So that's a pretty exaggeration to be like, well, I'm a complete introvert. Not saying that there are not people who are complete introverts that are not making a lot of money. Trust and believe. There are a lot of those. You got Twitch streamers who are video game streamers. You also got competitors in fighting games, right, who are introverted and not really used to being around people. But regardless, in the end of the day, when it comes down to being in a higher position like that, more than likely you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable of socializing with people, especially something like this when you build a team. Finding talent, I don't really care about his. A lot of this is just flexing, like, hey, this is how I find talent. This is what I'm doing here. All right, starting a business. What is he talking about starting a business? Let's go.
Why did you decide to start that?
I want to be more of a traditional entrepreneur where I have equity in a business. And while I have the channels behind me, the marketing, it makes sense to build something that I can use my channels to help grow.
All right, so for anyone watching that wants to get into...
I don't get it. That's why I don't like this whole buzzword, entrepreneur. I didn't learn anything from this. or get something from it. I'm like, okay, this seems legit. It just seems like word salad. A lot of this is just word salad. Entrepreneur, you're also this is how I do this. This is how I do that. But what is it that makes people want to engage other than grifting? All I'm getting is grifting. Like, I can make a title saying, well, I'm talking to a 4-year-old and how she's making $5 million a second. And certain people will click on it. The reason why they said 24, that's a millennial. That's literally a Gen Z. That's a late Gen Z, right? So you just, fresh out of college, you're still working retail, and you see a young dude in the thumbnail like, wow, he looks like me, but he got money. I want to click on the video, see how he got it. And then when you watch the video, which, screw it. Let's see what it's about, man. Let's see what it's about. Get out of here, ad. I don't care about you, ad.
So I went out and interviewed dropshippers who have made millions of dollars.
All right, drop shipping.
What are some of your numbers today? Because I think it's super inspiring.
First 2 years that I did drop shipping, I was able to do a little bit over 3 million in revenue by myself. And recently,
don't fall for drop shipping, folks. Drop shipping, I'm telling you this right now. If you want to start off doing drop shipping, you have to start off with having money. It's just like if anybody want to jump into the vending machine companies and doing stuff like that, yes, you can make money off of it. Don't get me wrong with the vending machine type of stuff. But you cannot go in there without any back ends of income. So in other words, if your parents don't really got money like that, if you don't got money like that, you're a minority who's struggling, or if you're not a minority, regardless of having low income, you're unable to go into these type of routes. I'm just telling you this right now. Like, it just doesn't work like that.
pressure to kind of push for more.
Do you have any final advice for the audience? Should they do dropshipping? Should they not?
Dropshipping is one of the best ways to get into business if you don't have a lot of starting capital, but that doesn't mean that you should get into it with no starting capital. I think you'll have a lot more success if you have money to work with because you're not stressed about, maybe.
In other words, like I said, and this is a pure reaction. I didn't even watch this video, nor did I watch the other one. So I appreciate him being like authentic by saying simply, if you don't have capital, you're just gonna waste your money. It's literally just you throwing money at something and you're hoping to return an investment, and then it just ain't gonna happen. I'm just being real. It's just not gonna happen. Then you're gonna get all angry at yourself and frustrated, because here's the problem with all of this, right? Everybody nowadays, especially when they see someone who's 24 years old. Now, I'm not saying whether or not he's legit or not. That's besides the point. Even if he is legit, here's one thing that people gotta understand. There is no such thing as instant. Wow, I made uppercase. Wow, can I even spell this word here? I guess I can. I doubt it. Whatever. I'm just gonna say it anyway. There is no such thing as instant gratification. Get that through your thick skull, okay? I'm gonna put a brain right here. Because that's the biggest problem when people watch these videos. They're struggling, they're tired, they're comparing themselves to other people, especially on Instagram that promotes BS with how rich they are, right? And I'm young, and I'm rich, and I got plenty of time. The only people in this world who are young and rich with a lot of time are silver spoon kids. Pretty much privileged silver spoon. Parents are rich. You are a trust fund baby. Those are the only people in this world who are like that. And then even with people saying, but you got influencers who are young on TikTok. A lot of that is the new version of Disney, right? Disney stars. Like your Justin Timberlakes, your Britney Spears. This is the new version. Your Logan Pauls and your Jake Pauls. This is the new version of that. Through TikTok, making you believe. Now, are there a few of them that actually came from rags to riches off of their TikTok? Yeah. But is it like a crazy amount of them? No, a lot of it is fabricated. It's fabricated. Now it's besides the point of whether or not this guy is being authentic. I don't know, nor do I care. But this is something that people, if they see this, they're like, wow. They're ignoring what he just said, which was, you do know you need to have some capital. Okay. So me coming out of college with student loans, and then I'm working a 9 to 5. Do you really think I'm going to have a lot of capital? Especially because people get peer pressured by having their own place. They don't want to, save money and live with their parents because they feel like they're less of a person, especially men. Do you really think this person's going to have a lot of capital? Especially if they're struggling and their parents are struggling. Imagine you tell your parents, well, can you loan me $5,000 so I can start my business? What parents you know, What parents you know that would easily just loan their children $5,000? The most amount out of the thousands is going to school. Let alone you asking them, please, can you loan me $5,000 to $10,000 so I can build up my business? Okay, business and what? I want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, and what? I just like the word entrepreneur, but I found something out about drop shipping. Drop ship, you mean like Spotify? Yeah, like Shopify. Sorry, I said Spotify, my apologies. Like Shopify or Amazon affiliate marketing, you mean that? Yeah. You do know that you are going to lose more money than you making money. It's almost like gambling. Yeah, but there's a 24-year-old that's like me, who's rich, who's a millionaire, and I want money now. I don't want to work 9 to 5 anymore. I don't want to work for the man. Now, I'm not convincing anybody that you should just, shut up and work for your random CEO who's going to fire you in the next couple of months. I'm not saying that. However, at the same time, what I'm saying is that there's no such thing as instant gratification. Like what I wrote down right there. And too many times people are faking it till they make it. So let's go back to the other video.
This is Charlie.
Have done really well for me. So in terms of the cost to run that team, it's about 20 everything myself. I used to think that I wanted to be a solopreneur for the rest of my life, but after you hire your first person, you realize, okay, this is
free startup advice for business. You see what I mean? It's all grifting. SOPs, CNBC. This, and then you can see on the left they showing like, oh, I'm legit. Look, I was in the MSN. I was look at all these testimonials. Look at all these brands that are popular. I'm legit.
fast decisions, right? Yeah. I think speed for successful people is such a universal trait. For anyone that thinks they're in a rut or they want to have a big breakthrough, I'd say one thing they can do is really change their environment or change their routine like completely. And same thing with location. If you're stuck in a city where you feel like you're not growing as much as you should be, move to a different city.
All right, tell me what it.
I get what he's saying. That's not the best advice. In fact, I get what he's saying though. Like, of course, if you're, because I did that. I used to not live in the best location and now I live in a better location. But at the same time, we also got to consider the fact that by you living in a better location that's safer, that has more convenience, like and amenities, or the environment is safer, there's more of a cost to pay, right? The cost of living is going to be higher. So imagine if you are a struggling college student and you're like, I don't like my poor environment. I want to be more motivated in a better productive environment. Okay, do that, and now you gotta have to spend an extra $1,500 a month. But you're working retail. So now you're barely living paycheck to paycheck just because you want to be around successful people. I'm sorry, but the more you're around certain successful people, the more those type of people will, like a shark smelling blood in the water, they will take advantage of you. And you'll become desperate. And you'll see people like him or other people that will grift, and you will go to all these seminars thinking, well, I'm just gonna keep spending money, barely, taking out, credit, using credit cards just to be here so I can eventually, make it, because I'm around these people. That is the worst advice ever, in my opinion. I get what he's saying. I get it. Like, if you're, but I look at it like this. I look at like the opposite spectrum, right? Like, if you have strong willpower and you're looking at it in terms of like long term, where it's like, okay, this is not a good environment, but guess what? This is why I'm going to double down and even become stronger, because I want to get out of here. Rather than, I just don't like it here. I want it now, because guess what's going to happen? When you go to these type of environments, when you leave, you just end up leaving. Like, forget this, I'm leaving. I want to be in a better place. Now you're putting yourself more at risk. Especially if you've gone from, I'm tired of living with my parents, to now paying your own bills. You got to pay utilities. You got to pay your electricity. You got to pay your water, which is obviously utilities. You got to pay your main rent, right? Or your mortgage. You got more things that you have to independently pay for yourself, because that's when you step into the real world. Why do that? Where you can take advantage of living with your parents, save a lot of money, and leave when the time is right, instead of just leaving because of how you feel and you're comparing yourself to other, air quotes, successful people on the internet. It's literally like, na 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 na, I got money, you don't, na 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 na. Because that's what's in their heads. Not knowing what's happening behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes with what he's doing. Like, they always make it seem as if it's just sunshine and rainbows. And they keep using entrepreneur after entrepreneur, but they're not telling you specifically what they do. It's just, I'm just the middleman to increase your business. Well, in what way? Like, imagine you tell someone all of this, right? And they're like, well, I'm broke. So how can I, so then you're telling me I have to fake it? I have to pretend that I'm successful? How is that different from a rapper? Yo, I got money. I got money. I got money. And in reality, the dude is living in the projects. It baffles me. It really does. But, hey, let's get back into it.
A day in the life is like for you?
Every day is quite different, which I think is the best part about entrepreneurship, at least for me. I usually wake up 5:30 to 6:30 a.m., do a little morning routine.
Oh, here we go with the, it's just all the same copy and paste. I'm so successful, look at me. If you're someone who's running 6 different YouTube channels, you're always just coming up with different strategies and ideas and blah, 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 blah. It just baffles me on how they placate off of, I got so much money and I got so much time, and this is what I do. It's the typical, I wake up at 5:30 a.m. I wake up at 4 a.m. I wake up at 3 a.m. It's just the same copy and paste. Like, to me, this is AI. It's the same thing that everyone talks about. It's the same thing that everyone does. And again, not to put the dude down, this is just an example, because he's not the only one.
With the hours of actual work, and then who knows how much brainstorming and just thinking about it.
So you're always on kind of thing.
I think I'm always on.
Yeah.
It's like a lifestyle business, right? I try and make my life part of the business, and I enjoy having that.
What is it that he does? Like, yo, he ain't telling me. The video is pretty much done. It's just you know, flossing. That's all it is. It's just I have all this, but then it's just word salad to distract you from not understanding what does he do. There is no such thing as a entrepreneur. What they're pretty much saying, translation, I am a middleman that grifts off of people's insecurities, and now I'm at the point where I'm making money off of those people. That's exactly what it is. That's the quote entrepreneur. Advice to your younger self. Oh, man. Is this the part where I think I've seen something where he comes out of a car? Okay, here we go. Look at that. Look at that, P. You got it's all. This is all like AI at this point. They all do the same thing. So now these young cats will see this and be like, "What? I want an exotic car just like him. I want to be just like him." And then they want to buy his e-course. Of course, they start off as free. Just like in downloading apps. The apps are free, but then if you want the premium stuff, then you gotta pay. And that's where he gets most of his money. These are like charlatans in the end of the day. Just selling you a dream. Whenever you see content and their hierarchy is selling you money, selling you a lifestyle, and how quick it took them to get to where they're at, huge red flags. Huge red flags. Because this whole entire video, what is it? Top 10 ways to make money. Top 10 ways of this. So you telling me when you first started off, you was already making 6 figures, having 10 different sources of income? What? No. Get out of here with that. Again, he's not the only one. But I look past that. Maybe when I was like stuff like this, like the Ty Lopez here, my Lamborghini, it's the same thing. Me and my Lamborghini. Just make money, bro. That's what I'm getting out of this. Just make money, bro. Like, just live, bro. Make money, bro. Just make money, bro. People, don't fall for content like this. Again, I'm going to emphasize on this real quick. There's no such thing. I'm going to redraw this because this drawing came out hokey dokey. When I really get passionate in terms of talking, I have a tendency of forgetting that I got to draw as well. So it is what it is. There's no such thing as instant gratification. You have to get that out of your head. I know it sucks because you're working a 9 to 5. Trust me. Majority of us are working 9 to 5. You think a lot of these content creators are not working 9 to 5? They all are. A lot of them are, but they're just too embarrassed to tell you. Even the ones who are making high 6-figure subscribers, that doesn't mean that, oh, this person got over, 100,000 subscribers. That means they are a full-time YouTuber. Being a full-time YouTuber is up to you as a person. Like, okay, now I got sponsorships because that's my main source of income. People are sponsoring me. Okay, so now I'm at the point where, especially with AdSense on YouTube, that I'm able to just make this a full-time thing. A lot of times it takes years, okay? Years. Literally, a lot of his bread and butter, in my opinion, is just his YouTube channel because he's grifting and YouTube promotes that. That's what I'm seeing here. YouTube is promoting that. So he's able to continue to grift and have a bunch of staff members helping him out. He has a machine. So he's able to just work out whenever he can. You don't need to wake up at 5:30 a.m. I just don't like that grift either. I'm successful, so everybody's sleeping. I wake up super early in the morning. You could be not making a lot of money and wake up at 5:30 a.m. Time doesn't mean anything with that. Now, it is beneficial to your day is longer if you actually wake up earlier in the morning. Yeah, that's true. But The reason why he's able to do that, or you can even wake up at whatever time you want. It doesn't matter. He has a team. That's what people fail to understand. Dude has a team. He is just a face. There's a lot of stuff that's happening behind the scenes that we will never know. Because the biggest grift and the biggest business is not so much about the money. It's about this. The influence. So that's it for the video. If you guys have topics you guys want me to discuss, you know, just simply leave it down below, right? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out of here.